we were told by Dilma Rousseff, the former president of Brazil and the head of the new development bank, that we're going to issue a settlement token. We've agreed on it in principle, called Unit. It'll be traded over mBridge. Well, mBridge is the technology of those four countries, backed by the BIS Innovation Hub, and it always kind of confused me a little bit. I'm thinking, they're a Western institution. Why are they going along with this? They are the ones that reclassify gold as the world's only other tier one asset. Saudi Arabia then signs on as the fifth full participant in mBridge. They have 30 or 40 countries that we're watching in a participatory manner. And then at the 12th hour, the BIS and their head, Augustus Carson's guy, looks like Augustus from Willy Wonka grown up. And this very unsightly, icky guy says, by the way, the BIS will not support any country that's being sanctioned against the West. So we're going to pull the plug on mBridge. It's more or less what they said. And I'm thinking, did Augustus just realize that Russia is the R in BRICS? Is he just realizing that now after 4 years of development, after they're rolling it out at the meeting in Russia? Yeah, we can't be a part of that. We can't be a part. And then you get this idiot from the State Department who comes out and says, any challenge to the SWIFT system or the dollar's role as the world reserve currency is a threat to global democracy. Well, it's the opposite. mBridge would have allowed all of these countries to build their own monetary infrastructure, to trade in their local currencies, to strengthen their own individual monetary ecosystems instead of relying upon the dollar. And that's a threat against democracy. And you can't force other countries to take your currency, especially when it has been mismanaged the way that ours has, creating $100,000 worth of debt per second, 24/7, using these types of sanctions and threats of tariffs to bully people into taking it, or countries into taking it. It's a mistake. In fact, I think it only strengthens the resolve of the countries standing behind it. Is it a bluff? I don't know. And then on the other hand, in 2016, he did an interview, Trump did, where he mentioned, look, it would be wonderful, he said, to go back to a gold standard, although he acknowledged that there would be substantial challenges. And of course, we talk about Judy Shelton. She's known for not only her advocacy of the gold standard, but also she's been very vocal recently about issuing treasury bonds with a lower coupon rate, but then yet redeemable in gold down the road, to give demand to a treasury market that is certainly losing popularity and demand. And of course, Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary, his new nominee, has come out and publicly said that gold is his biggest holding. You can lower the federal funds rate all you want, but the bond market is saying, no, you're trapped. You're trapped because you're not going to lower rates on the back end. We're not going to accept, not only do we know you're lying about your measurements of inflation and money creation, but we're not going to wait 10 years and only take 4.5% on a treasury. You're going to have to give us more than that. And that's ultimately where we go. I wouldn't be surprised to see the 10-year yield over 5% by the time he takes office, and much higher shortly thereafter.
When you're buying gold, you're buying a fraction of a solid gold bar. It's your gold. It can't be touched by any, bankruptcy courts or anything like that, should God forbid anything like that happen. And we're very proud for that to be working. And for me, what was important was that Glint both is independent of the financial system, but also integrated with it. Because there's no point having a gold system, a payment system, if all you can do is transact with other people that have got your account. Because to start off with, 50,000, 56,000 people, whatever the number is a drop in the ocean compared to 6 billion people on the planet. So by partnering with MasterCard, we offer people the ability to spend their gold anywhere in the world. But that gold itself is outside of the banking system. So if anything happens to the banking system, that gold's safe.
What Jason is saying is you can buy a penny's worth of gold. No one's going to do that, but you could buy $1 worth of silver every day. You don't have to buy copious amounts like you would if you're buying physical metal, where you're not restrained to anything. You buy whatever amount you want, which is a wonderful way to do it. It's like democratizing, so to speak, gold and silver, so that everyone can own it regardless. Your 6-year-old kid, you could open up an account, and on his or her behalf, every time they get their allowance of $5 a week or whatever it is, half of it could go into gold and silver. And if we go to a world where there is a backing, like the unit currency, if it ever comes out, was purported to be, according to Delma Rousseff, agreed to in principle, backed 40% by gold. That's what the Swiss used to use, a 40% gold backing, not 100%, 40%, which gives you monetary latitude as the central bank has the ability to enact monetary policy. A 40% gold backing would be just about right. So you marry, blockchain and gold. Cynthia Loomis talking about revaluing gold, the senator from Wyoming, the head of the Dutch National Bank, talk about revaluing gold. Our Scott Bessent, the new Treasury Secretary under Trump, his largest holding is gold. He's a gold advocate. And of course, Judy Shelton. I hope to have her on my show here pretty soon. That'd be great. I've been reaching out to her, and I had to answer a bunch of questions, but she wants to issue treasury bonds that will be collared by gold, so that you paid less of a coupon rate, but it's redeemable in gold in the end. So I think it's in the vested interest of these countries, knowing that there's a likelihood perhaps that the only other tier 1 reserve asset in the world, why the hell else would they have reclassified it as the only other tier 1? How about Bitcoin or a special drawing rights or something else? No, it's gold. That it will have a role monetarily in the future.